That is a lot of pee.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this, the 5th episode of the Good Morning Guys podcast for 2021, number 126, aka the range of numbers out of 10 that we would most likely rate Taco Bell on any given day, which may or may not be worse than our ranking of Long John Silver's. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we continue discussing the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and play. I'm one of your 4 hosts, the healthy Taco Bell connoisseur, 2 weeks in a row now, and the occasionally awkward transitioning ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, the jury, and the executioner of job interviews, babysitting, and professional wrestling, Patrick Novacell.
Oh, new intros. I like
Upgrade!
it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
This is time for an upgrade right now. Oh, and speaking of which, Long John Silver's is a 10 out of 10 every single time. Never had a bad experience at Taco Bell. Or at Long John's.
Yeah, you sir, are a walking miracle.
You have a 10 out of 10 chance
Now,
to get
see, you have to pick apart what I just said at Long John Silver's. Now, it could be a different story once I get home.
Yeah.
No, there's a 10 out of 10
True
chance
story.
to have something happen when you get home as well for Long John.
More like a 10
100%.
All right. Also with us on my right and Patrick's left, the flashlight tag and beast of the East who can make you laugh in 3 words or less or your money back, Ronnie Johantis.
Hi. You know something? When this show starts, I immediately have to clear my throat and cough. It's awful. It's immediately I have to mute or I'm just gonna cough all over everything. I don't know if it's a
You're
nervous
welcome to
tick or what it is.
Just do a coughing introduction instead of saying hi. Just be like,
Yeah, dude, I know,
Let it
but
out.
when somebody coughs on an audiobook or podcast, it is extreme, in your ears.
That's true.
Yeah,
We don't want to do that
if
to
the
people's ear holes.
listeners are out there who was that guy talking? I think he's the one that coughed. I
Who's the
couldn't
guy
really
that
tell.
smokes cigarettes? Clearly.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
All right, and that smoker himself, the final member of the GMG Quadfecta, who's got the Bible in his heart, healthy living on his brain, and mellow mushroom in his old stomacho, Marc Boucher.
Of course, the salad from Mellow Mushroom, not the pizza. Sadly.
Right.
Yep.
I know. Sad day.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right, well, let's jump right into what's new news. Let's not beat around the bush or delay things any longer. We want to know, Ronnie Johantis, how are you?
I'm great. I am great. The only thing that happened to me this week that was out of the ordinary is I woke up on Saturday morning and it was about 60 degrees in my house, which is pretty cold. My nose was
chilly.
cold. It woke me up. It was so cold.
Been there.
Oh, you know it's cold when your nose is cold.
So my first reaction was, oh man, this furnace just gave out. Worst case scenario, right? When you have the house, this is the furnace going out. And I'm
Right.
I wake up thinking, well, that's gonna be a few $1,000s. And come to find out, I just hadn't replaced that filter in a while. It's pretty bad.
Was it all jammed up?
It was blocked.
The old HVAC.
Blocked
I mean,
with all that
When
dust.
you get them, they're white. This one was dark black. This looked like it was
Dark black.
It looked like it had been in a coal miner.
It's like a black hole.
Coal miner's house.
Sucking stuff into it.
Yeah.
Caught of the bit of the
Honestly,
black
after I
top.
changed that, man, I was like, oh man, I cannot believe I've been restricting this airflow like this long. Because it jumped 15 degrees in less than an hour. It was ridiculous.
So how'd you find out that was the issue?
It's just the first thing that came to my mind. Because I've replaced it a bunch of times, and I guess it just hasn't been replaced in a while.
Yeah.
And it was it's always one of those things that's kind of on the back of your mind. I only remember that when I just happened to be at the grocery store and see them. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to replace those.
Yeah.
But no, it was also the first thing it said online is everybody said to check your filter first. So
Good call.
that's
Glad
just
you did it.
a
Good call indeed.
terrible mistake of, I don't know, it's a combination of being lazy and irresponsible, I guess.
Yeah, there's just so many things with being a homeowner that you have to take care of. Something's gonna fall through the cracks.
Some stuff falls through, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was it, honestly, for me. I did nothing pretty much all week. It was awesome.
Fantastic.
Who's next?
Patrick?
Hey.
Patrick.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing all right. This past week, nothing really happened. One thing that I did do this past week is I played The Medium, that free game on Xbox Game Pass. And this game is like a horror game. It's kind of like Resident Evil, which is one of my favorite games of all time. But it's a next gen game only. It is on Xbox Series S and X. You can't play it on any other Xbox. The reason why is because they have to render 2 different worlds at a time. One in the real world and one in like the demon world, for lack of a better term. Which was really cool. Is you're controlling the main character as they're walking around in the real world and in the demon world, and you have to solve puzzles. So like there would be like a door that was unlocked that in the real world, or sorry, it was locked in the real world, and I had to figure out how to unlock it. And I would like, there was a out of body experience gameplay mechanic where you can take control of the demon world only and then figure out how to go through the door and unlock it somehow. So it was kind of cool, a little gameplay mechanic in there. But as far as the graphics are concerned, they are not next gen, at least not on Xbox Series S. It looked like a PS2 remastered game. As far as like the characters, the environments were really, really nice. It had like the fixed and moving camera angle, kind of like Resident Evil did, where they had those tank controls and you would like go from room to room and the screen would be fixed. But in this case, the screen kind of moved with you. It would be fixed in a certain way. But it would follow you a little bit. But so it wasn't tank control, so you press up, they go forward, and things like that. So, with the graphics, when it goes split screen, it like drops down to like 640p on the Xbox Series S, which is
that's like what, 2004?
Yeah, I think the original Xbox was 480p. So
it's like golly.
But
it's like a step above a Super Nintendo.
Again, with it going split screen for one, and it being not graphically intensive or fantastical as new next gen games were, going to 640p wasn't too bad. I really, couldn't really notice it, going to split screen anyways. If I had a full screen, it looked really nice. It did look nice. There was no glitches. I never came across a glitch in the game. It never crashed on me, so it worked perfectly. Played that last Tuesday and Wednesday, and I could not put it down. The story was great. There was a lot of collectibles in the game where it would give you a little bit of backstory of what's going on. The ending was great as well. The whole story was awesome. I would say if you are a horror fan and like the games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill or Fatal Frame, those kind of games, this game is for you. I haven't had this much fun in a horror game in quite some time. Nice. It brought it back to the OG kind of survival horror games. There's no combat either. There's no guns. There's like, you have a shield that you use to get through certain areas, but that's about it. It was all story driven, which was awesome. Yeah, I probably won't play it again because it was just unless there's like the Medium 2 coming out in a few years. But it's a good, it's clean, nice, concise story. I will probably, if I had to rate this thing, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It was good, All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I did this past week is play games. That and Apex.
So it's a horror game, similar to Resident Evil.
Yep.
And there's no guns. Two exact things that I look for to not play a game.
Good thing Patrick took care of it for you.
Yeah, it was basically
And I'm out.
There's a lot of walking, a lot of going around, running, and the running was more of a jog. But yeah, there's no guns, there's no fighting.
8.5 must have been pretty good though.
It's intense.
give
Like
it
you're
out.
like, I don't know what's around the next corner. I don't know what is through this door. There's always like kids talking in the background. You don't know where they are.
That sounds
And
horrifying.
yeah, the kids in the demon world
no,
are creepy.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude,
Yep.
I am totally
out.
out on horror games. Like, I don't want an intense thriller
You
that's
like
gonna make me
nightmare
jump.
fuel? Because that's how you get nightmares.
Yeah, no, I don't want any part of that.
It helps me sleep at night.
I don't even like scary movies. Like, scary games would be the worst. I would never go in any door.
You're like, what? Oh, I have to go through this door. Delete. Uninstall.
You'd probably hate horror VR games then.
Oh, man,
my
I
God.
wouldn't even. Honestly, I wouldn't even. play it.
I can't even do that.
I wouldn't even
The
play it.
Resident Evil 7? No, I couldn't do it.
It's amazing how like jarring it gets in VR.
Yeah.
Like, where you just watch on TV a stick man coming at you. When you put on those VR goggles, it might as well be like real life Godzilla.
Feels
trying to
like
smash your face.
Yep.
It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, no thanks. No, thank you.
But yeah, that's me. What about you, Mark? How's it going over there?
Yeah, buddy. How are you?
Okay, so real quick, just gonna say, we got snow here. Yay!
Yes.
Which I've been looking forward to for a very long time. We didn't get it.
So happy
last
for
year.
you, man.
Yeah,
Me
so it was
too.
awesome. But more importantly, so obviously we finished up Immortals Fenyx Rising
Yeah.
on the GMG Got 'em.
Got him.
We finished up that stream on Saturday night, which was good. I feel bad that we didn't finish it on stream, but I mean it's a long game, so
Yeah.
And that goes into my next point, which was the next day I actually beat Immortals Fenyx Rising.
Well done.
And,
Good work.
And so because of the snow day, we did not go to church, and so I had lots of free time to finish the game.
Yeah, I saw you tweeting and messaging on Sunday morning. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, because of the snow, church was canceled.
All right.
Man, there were all kinds of churches canceled on Sunday. Indiana, West Virginia, Ohio, Virginia.
Yeah, it was a huge snowstorm that blew
crazy.
through.
I went to church on Sunday. We were all open. We only got like a dusting. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we got like
Well, actually,
8
I
inches?
lie. We got 2 inches like in like 30 minutes, and then rain washed it all away.
oh yeah, that'll do it. But yeah, we got like 8 inches. So
Yeah, rain's not going to do that on that.
Yeah, and and plus it's Virginia, so they can't really handle it as well as say Ohio does.
Ugh, Ohio can't handle it either.
Oh, well,
We
there
get
you
a
go.
millimeter,
on-
and
yeah.
the,
Even though
the
we're
whole
ready.
state shuts down.
Even
People
though we're
don't
ready,
know how to
we're
drive all of a sudden.
Unprepared.
What do I do with this vast technology that I have at my fingertips?
That's like
I
my
don't know what
favorite
to do
thing,
with it.
though, that they're horrible with, like, the road cleanup and stuff, like, especially around where I live, like, on the east side, like, you know, like, nobody comes out here. But, like, I have my Jeep, so I love when the roads are covered. Like, it's fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, I drive a Hyundai Elantra. But no, so I had plenty of time yesterday to finish Immortals Fenyx Rising. I played probably for the better part of the day. Overall, I would give this game a 9 out of 10.
Ooh,
I think it was
all right.
I think it was a great game. It was a lot of fun. Lots and lots of Breath of the Wild references, like influence and things like that. Everything from some of the the design, like the game design, all the landscapes and things like that. Just the art design in general. Everything from that to the puzzles were very, very similar to like Zelda style, and even like directly Breath of the Wild type stuff, which is right up my alley. So it was a lot of fun. The story was great. The humor was great, like we've talked about. The only thing that stops me, honestly, from giving this game a 10 out of 10 was the last portion of the game. And obviously, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but it was one of those games that, like, the ending kind of was dragging out, and there were several points where it's like, okay, we're ramping up to the end. Oh no, we're not ramping up. There's more. and then there was another time it's like, oh, okay, we're winding. Oh no, we're not winding
No,
down.
Oh, that sucks.
That
and then
stink.
like the last thing before the final boss was like this huge, because the way that they set up their puzzles, they're in like vaults, which is very similar to the shrines in Breath of the Wild. They had this huge vault where you're basically, you have to basically do every little thing, every little, mechanic in these puzzles that you've encountered in the game, and they basically rehashed everything. Like, this is everything you did. And it's in one big vault, and then you go against the final boss. And so that really dragged it down for me. But otherwise, it was an awesome game. I really did enjoy it.
Nice.
I think they could have snipped a few parts off of it, but yeah, definitely still recommend it. And I'm excited to announce, and we announced it today on the GMG Twitter, of course, that our next GMG Got 'em title for February is an indie game called Call of the Sea. It is an Xbox Game Pass game.
Is it a Sesame Street game?
It is not.
Brought to you by the letter C. Call of the Sea.
Ha 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 ha. No, it's this first person action adventure type puzzle type game. Looks very, if BioShock was, well, I guess it looks kind of like BioShock Infinite in like the jungle and the sea and things like that.
Okay.
That was the other
So
thing, by
it's
the way, is puzzles. If the game has puzzles, I'm also out.
Oh, yeah. The medium had puzzles, and they were like the simplest of all puzzles.
Yeah, I don't even want puzzles. I just want to go in normally under leveled and under prepared and just somehow squeak through.
Take a
What if you have
shotgun.
a puzzle gun that shoots puzzle pieces at their faces?
Here's a Rubik's Cube for
I
you.
mean,
You got to figure it out before you can shoot it.
that's not
Oh,
that's
no.
not a horrible thing. There was a no, it wasn't. Was it a puzzle gun in Enter the Gungeon? There was one gun that like shot out like puzzle pieces or something.
Of course,
There you go.
It was fantastic. I mean, you didn't have to
Wouldn't
solve any
surprise me.
puzzles. Puzzles solved your problems.
Yeah, you would absolutely hate this game because the puzzles, they're not like absolutely crazy difficult, but they do definitely make you think.
That's why I didn't like
the
the Lego games. Those simple little puzzles in those games. I'm like, this is I'm out of this.
Yeah, if you
Nothing-
those
build
are
a
like
table?
puzzles for kids.
Forget it.
Dude, I know. I'd be playing that
Lego-
game and I'm like, I thought this was for kids, man. How come I cannot get through as an adult? What's the deal?
Yeah, the key
I'm
with the Lego games is break everything and
Yeah.
then hold circle or hold, I don't know what the button is for Xbox, but
Yeah.
you always hold circle on PlayStation and then they'll eventually build something.
That's like the assemble thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, very much loved the game. Excited to play this new game, and also Season 8 of Apex tomorrow night, which, as of recording, is obviously tomorrow night. But by the time this comes out, it'll most likely be out. In fact, it'll definitely be out.
Most likely
Yeah.
definitely be out. Unless
Definitely,
Patrick's
probably.
a miracle worker.
Yep. So yeah, that's me, Lucas.
All
How are you
right.
doing?
So, life is good. Things are going great. We are finished with the first month of 2021, and in the 31 days it took us to get through January, I got 30 platinums. Just a few.
Whoa, hold on a second. What was do you wanted to get 60 platinums this year?
Yeah,
Dang.
half of them in a month.
Oh, man.
So-
Achiever.
Yeah. And that's even with this past week not really getting very many. I only got 2 this week, nothing crazy. But the main reason for that is 2 very important reasons. Not because I ran out of 1 hour baby platinums to go after, but because I got back to my bread and butter of gaming. Dead Cells and lunchtime gaming with Patrick. Woohoo.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this past week, Dead Cells released a new DLC, their second paid DLC. I got it on day one, called Fatal Falls. I even streamed it, my first time streaming this year. This added 2 new biomes to the game, one called Fractured Shrines, which is a level filled with traps and crows and pretty much a bunch of chances to fall to your death, which I was not a fan of for good reasons because it made it pretty tough. But at one point you go into like a tomb and you get yourself a pet sword called Serenade, which is pretty cool.
Wait, hold on. A pet sword? So the sword's following you around?
Like, it just follows you around and slices fools up for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Almost like a Saba.
Yeah. And then if you want, you can just grab it and use it as a sword yourself. And it'll talk the whole time, like making comments about, ooh, this is nice.
Saba.
Cutting through the flesh of creatures and monsters, and it'll make comments. It's pretty funny.
Nice.
Does it have a British accent?
No, unfortunately, it's only text. So you could give it. I could give it a British accent.
There you go.
Do a little Cackney or British accent. Well, I'll have to work on that next time I stream it. The other level they added was called Undying Shores. It's a really fun level. You start at the top of a hill, and then you make your way all the way down to the bottom of the level, which is the shore. It has a little puzzle area where you have to pick the correct door to get a blueprint. And then it introduced an enemy that they haven't, an enemy type in the game called an apostate that raises all the enemies you kill back to life. Let me tell you, the first couple encounters I had with the apostate was pure bedlam, and I pretty much used all my potions to survive. I was not prepared for me to kill like 5, 6, 7 enemies, and then they just raise back to life, and I'm like, how is this happening? I didn't understand what was happening, so I had to do a little massacring with Serenade to finally figure out I had to take out the apostate in order to have them stop coming back to life.
Yeah.
And then besides that, I've caught wind that here in a week or two, they're going to be coming out with a belated update for consoles where they're going to have holiday outfits like Frosty the Snowman, and then give out some different mutations and extra things and perks that'll
for Dead Cells.
Yeah, for Dead Cells.
You'll be Frosty the Snowman in Dead Cells.
That is correct. Just
That's
run around
hilarious.
as Frosty the Snowman, just
Weird,
fools.
but cool.
Yeah. So it'll be pretty fun. I look forward to that update. But like I said, the other reason that I kind of took a break from trophy hunting was I did a little lunchtime gaming with Patrick. Started with Worms Rumble for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and
no,
we
that
were
game
like,
is
you know what?
dead.
We're done with this.
It's like,
what did we?
We're supposed to
we
have
waited
like 30, 40, or 60 players on the map, and there was like 24 max.
Yeah, well, didn't it start out with like 10 or 15, and then slowly people
I think it was 11. It started.
In? It was bad. So, anyways, we quickly moved on from that because it was taking forever. It was taking longer to get into a map, get into a whatever you call it, a match, than it was to actually play through the match. So we jumped into that, and while we were finishing that up, Patrick's like, "You remember when we tried to play that old Marvel Ultimate Alliance?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, what a bummer that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 didn't work." And Patrick's like, "You still got that downloaded?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let's try it again." And it was just like that. Just let's see what happens. And it just had a good feeling. I still was in doubt, but
you were 100% in doubt. You're like, all right, we can try it.
I guess. What do we got to lose? And we turned that thing on, and right away we're connected, and we're playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance together online. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So,
it just worked seamlessly, like it should have done, like 8 months ago when we tried it.
I know. So we jumped in and we played some Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, and then later on we'll move on to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. It's unfortunate that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is not on PlayStation yet. I hope it comes someday.
I would think so. You think so? Think Nintendo's going to hold on to that one?
Can they hold on to that one? I thought they had like a year or two, like one of those timed exclusives or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know though. Here's hoping. But you know what? It just reminded me, playing that with you, Patrick, like running around. One, I will say that when my son got home and saw us playing, he definitely got jealous.
Yes, he did.
He wanted to play immediately after he got the rest of his homework done. And so we played for a little bit. And then 15 minutes later, he's like, "Can I just play on my phone?" I'm like, "You know what? I'm calling up Patrick and just going to play with him because he doesn't abandon me after 15 minutes of playing it.
It's a kid. It's a kid ADD kicking in.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? I just wanted to get a little taste of this Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That's all I needed. And then give me my phone.
Yeah, let me play my phone. Let me watch Minecraft videos of people playing
Let me
Minecraft.
just watch someone else play.
But man, what a series Marvel Ultimate Alliance is. I mean, being able to gather like your best and favoritist Marvel superheroes together, everyone from infants to elderly can play.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Speaking of gathering the best of the best, we have the GMGVG T100 to talk about right here and now, because that is our topic of the show. That's right, folks. We are talking about the GMG Top 100. We have been collecting what seems like an endless amount of video games. I'm pretty sure by the last few episodes, Ronnie was just making up video game names. He was like just typing in like,
that's a lie.
What game should
you
I
were
talk about?
making up fake video games.
Hey, don't you talk back to me.
Slide or whatever that one was.
That's a real video game. You know what? I'm switching that out for Dead Cells. I'm putting Slide in there.
I realized I couldn't make a top 100. I could maybe do a top 50.
Nope, I don't think you could.
I might have made it to 50.
Maybe. If you included a lot of classic games you played back in the day that you're like, you know what? I played this for 30 minutes, but it's in my top 50.
Yeah. I'd have to put in every game I've ever played.
But yeah, so we've been gathering games, and then this past week we all voted. We compiled the list. We got an old Excel spreadsheet out, started crunching the numbers, carrying the ones, dividing by 3, and we have figured out our GMG Top 100. We have an official list to share with all of you. And know that this is a top 100 of probably the thousands of games the 4 of us have played combined. So regardless of ranking, we recommend all these games for you to play. There were only 2 games, we'll just tell you right here, right now, that we absolutely kicked out. They were not actually a choice that we had made. We had given some guests a chance. Sorry, guests, we did not like your choices. So
because none of us played them.
That is correct. So Lollipop Chainsaw was replaced with Ark Survival Evolved, and Planet Coaster was replaced with Diablo 3.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those were Ronnie's choices. So
how are those not on there anyways?
I don't. You're in charge of your picks.
Yeah, that's what happened then.
I mean, the Ark
You
one.
need to ask yourself, sir.
Yeah, the Ark one. I
exactly
could have
what
added.
happened then.
I could have added Diablo 3, but I just was. Yeah, I didn't. But I'm glad you did. All right, so before we jump into our 100 games, I just wanted to share a few ham scoops, or ham hacks. I can't figure out what my Lucas facts are. I don't want to just totally gank Marc facts, so I think I'm going with ham scoops for now, because I feel like, you know, a scoop of ham in the morning,
gross.
just put that on the fryer.
Do you
What?
scoop ham? Sounds like you're putting it on an ice cream
That
cone
is
or something.
spam, not ham.
Oh, well. Spam factoids. All right. So, in our 100 games, 58 of them were multi-platform, 18 were PlayStation, 17 Nintendo, 5 were Xbox, and 1 partridge in a PC pear tree. Hey-o. Of the platforms we ranked, the lowest average was PC, with usually an average of 62, because there was only one game at 62. Nintendo had an average of the 49th place, PlayStation the 47th, and Xbox had the best rating overall, number 39, for an average rating. So it had the best average score. Of course, it only had 5 games, so it made it easier to do. Of the 4 of us, Ronnie had the best taste and highest rated games.
Whoa.
Yeah. In part because he hasn't played many of the games the 3 of us have played. And most of the games he nominated, we had actually played. He had also, I think double the games chosen that we had all played. So, of all the games he chose, half of his games we'd all four played. We actually only played 29 total games unanimously. So all the rest of the games had at least one person or that hadn't played it, or only one person that had played it.
I might
and then
throw a wrench into that stat just a little bit, because I did rate one game that I actually have never played.
And why would you do that?
Dun, dun,
Because I've seen it played, and I know it's really good, and I would actually enjoy it myself.
I know you did. I saw it,
but
and
it
I
was
was
a
like, you know what?
PlayStation
I'm
game.
going to count it. Yep.
All right.
We'll allow it.
Yeah.
Because it deserves it. And then the person who's played the most variety of games, Patrick, at 84 games.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Out of the
I
100
love
played.
games.
So, congratulations, my friend.
I love games.
You are the Renaissance man of the GMG.
I thought, Lucas,
video
I thought
gamers.
you would have been the one.
None of his made it to the top 100.
That's not why. You guys brought out some games from, I don't remember what the word is, but from somewhere
The ether.
out there in the forest, from the sticks, that I'm like, I've definitely never played that game. So yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
All right. We will have some ties, a number of 2-way ties, 3-way ties. We can leave them and follow the Olympic rules, or we can break the tie somehow. It's up to you guys. What do you think?
What's the Olympic rules?
So Olympic rules go like this. If there's a tie for like second place, then second and third place end up being third place. So there's one first and then two third place. The second place spot gets absorbed by the lower ranking, is how it goes.
Sounds horrible. They should be
That
ranked
seems silly to
both
me.
second.
Nope, that's not how it works. Not the
Wow.
Olympics.
Okay.
So
like,
nobody gets
Now
the
I know
silver?
why I don't watch the
Two
Olympics.
bronze?
nobody
then?
gets the silver. They get two bronze.
Is that really how it works? I
that
never
happens?
knew that.
I don't know. That's how we do it in West Virginia.
Obviously.
What Olympics are in West Virginia?
We're doing the Olympic rules. Well, the problem is if you go higher, it ruins the count. So you end up with it's the top 100 games, but because you made it second place.
No, okay. No, I understand. That's the way it works in like fantasy football.
Yeah.
Where you have the team with the same record, they have the same rank. Like there's first place and then there's two third places.
Yeah.
Because of
So by
the same
Olympics,
record.
I meant fantasy league.
Or really any football.
Same
You gotta
difference.
speak
There's
the language
always
of the people,
tiebreakers.
Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah.
if we want to tie break it, we can just talk about it. But for now, I'm gonna give you the untie broken ranking.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna give you the first. I'm gonna give you. Let's see. I'm gonna give you the bottom 10. We're gonna start at 100, and we're just gonna go starting with number 100, The Getaway, exclusive on the PlayStation 1, I think,
I think so.
or 2.
Maybe two.
I think 2. Yeah, PlayStation 2. Number 99, Power Rangers Beats of Power.
Ah, man, that should be higher. Dang it.
Number 98,
Patrick's the only one
Brutal.
who's played any of these.
no spoilers, Ronnie. I'm gonna mention that here in a second. Number
Hate you
98,
guys.
Brutal Legend.
Yes. Good one. Yep. Glad it
So
made
far, all Patrick.
it. Oh, you said- No one's played these games. How?
Only Patrick played them, and he wouldn't even rank them very high.
They're in the top 30, top 50 of my games. I
Were they?
ranked.
Yep, they were.
Yeah. Top 50.
All right. Number 97 is XCOM 2, my game. I was the only one to play that one. Number 96, Dragon Ball Budokai.
That's okay.
It's okay, little buddy.
Yeah.
Number
did your best.
95. Yeah. Number 95, Not Another Zombie Defense.
Yes.
I'll tell you
Ronnie
what, that is a
Jones.
fun co-op game.
That is good. That'd be really
Yeah.
fun to get 4 players in.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Chaos.
saw some screenshots
Absolute
of it because I
chaos.
looked it up. I looked it up because I wanted to see if it was multi-platform or not, and it does look fun. I would play it.
It is good.
Number 94, Star Fox 64.
That hurts.
Number 93, Shadow of Colossus.
Okay.
Number 92, Until Dawn. And funnily enough, That was also the number of points it got, was 92. When you combined I
Hey.
think mine and Patrick's numbers. Number 91, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening.
I'm at
And
peace with that.
you're all right with that?
It's in the top 100 games of all time.
That's
Yes.
right. It's in the top 100, so it's already a winner.
This is all
Remember, folks.
definitive.
Bottom 10, still winners. More or less.
Everybody gets a participation trophy.
Yeah, that's right.
I have
Number
4
90.
of the bottom 10. Great.
Number 90 is Resogun. A classic, but not classic enough. So we all had a game in the bottom 10. Patrick had the most with 4. So congratulations, Patrick. You're the most well played because you play lots of styles of games
Yeah.
of different qualities. So congrats. I actually would love to play some of those games. I just haven't played them yet.
Yeah, you never know what is going to be a good game or a bad game until you play it. You know, like
It's true.
there's a lot of games out there like I haven't played or I've only played, and it's just it is what it is. That's why I like to play different games.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's right. And again, it's in the top 100, therefore already a winner. The worst platforms in the bottom 10 there were 5 multi-platform, 3 PlayStation, and 2 Nintendo. No Xbox. So, says something.
Spared.
Yep.
Spared from the bottom.
All right. Let's go with the next 10 or so. Next 10, 20. We'll just go through them, and if you guys have anything you want to share, anything you want to say, just jump in there. Don't be shy. Number 89 was ESPN NFL 2K.
2K5.
2K5, sorry.
Yes.
It was there. I just didn't read it. My bad. Number 88 was Minecraft. My children were very disappointed when I told them it was at 89.
See, this is a 30-year-old male podcast right here.
That is
this
correct.
is Minecraft. If this was like a 10-year-old kids list,
I wouldn't
Minecraft
want to
would be
look
number
at it.
1.
Honestly, I'm surprised we never mentioned Minecraft Dungeons when I was going through this list. That should have probably been on here.
That's true.
Yep.
Gonna have to make
Honorable
a second.
mentions.
It would have been higher
100
than
list.
regular Minecraft, I'm pretty sure.
It's quite possible. Let's see. 87 was Rogue Legacy. 80. Oh wait, sorry. We had a tie for. This is our first tie, by the way. We had our first tie for 87. That would be 2 games that have nothing to do with each other: Rogue Legacy and NCAA Football 14, with 101 points each.
Huh.
All right.
There you go. After that, number 85 was Mega Man X.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Number 84, Telltale's Tales from the Borderlands. Number 83, Tiger Woods 12, Masters. Number 82, Metal Gear Solid 5, a classic. Still in the top 100. I'll take it. Number 81 was Need for Speed Most Wanted. And
Now, was the Most Wanted, was that the launch Xbox 360 game?
I think so.
I think
It
so
might
also.
have.
It was,
I think
it's come out twice. 2005 and then like 2017 they did a reboot or a
there was also Need for
something like
Speed,
that.
like Hot Pursuit or something like that.
Oh, yep.
So I don't know which one came first.
I think Hot Pursuit came first. That was like the PS2. I think that's what came out. All right.
Then immediately after Need for Speed Most Wanted is number 80, which is a tie. But the first of the tie is Need for Speed Most Wanted 2. It just edged right above Need for Speed Most Wanted 1. And it tied with Ronnie's other favorite, Enter the Gungeon. Again, 2 games that have nothing to do with each other, but they had the exact same number of points at 116. Then after that, Ark Survival Evolved, which I keep wanting to call it Ark Combat Evolved. Which
That's 2 different games.
we're not there yet.
I mean, you spend a lot of
Master
time
Chief
surviving,
is
so
fighting dinosaurs.
Yeah. After that, we have, since there were 3 80s, we went right to number 77, Kirby Superstar.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. And then number 76, Portal 2. Number 75, Dead Cells.
Oh.
Yeah, one of mine. Number 74, Super Mario Odyssey. Number 73, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time.
Oh, they're coming out with a remake.
Yeah, they are.
This year.
They are. That one might jump up the list if we all play it.
Is it a
I've actually
remake
heard they were really good.
Is it a remaster?
I feel like it's more on the remaster side.
Yeah, it looks, the graphics look dated.
Yeah.
Oh, did they? Maybe not then.
I would
But
still play it.
It's still a good
Play
spot.
the game,
100%.
play the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get trophies. I'm in. Most of
There
the
you go.
Prince of Persia games actually are pretty easy platinums. So
Really?
if you see a Prince of Persia game and you want to get a decent platinum that takes like 10 hours or so, that's usually around what they are. So it's a good one.
Interesting.
Interesting. Number 72, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. And then right after that, two of my favorites. Number 71, Guacamelee. And then number 70, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. So
Nice.
those are our first 30 of the top 100. Any games you're surprised they're so low? You think they're right where they should be?
Well, I think they're right there where they should be when we combine all of our scores.
Yeah.
I mean, my top
Yeah.
100 was in the bottom 30. Like Ark was my
Right.
100. But I mean, I get it. It's first of all, it probably wouldn't have been in the bottom 30 if Pat had just a decent experience when he played. But it was like just the worst experience ever.
I know.
When I saw that you gave it anything, I was like, thank you.
I had a bad experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Ronnie, I will be playing it at some time.
that's sweet.
Sure.
We'll have to invite you guys into we can let you check out our space before you start on your own.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, if I had an Xbox, I would have played Ark Survival Evolved because I love dinosaurs, and
Yeah.
I'll play any game with dinosaurs in it. So,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah, it's good stuff. All right, let's continue on to the next group of them. Number 69, Quantum Break. A nice spot for Quantum Break.
It's good.
Number 68, Pokemon Gold and Silver, or as I wrote it, God and Silver. That is not the name of the game.
Nope.
Definitely not. Number 67 is Mafia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 65, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish that was higher. But
There's
it's
Mark's
okay.
100.
You know what?
Yep.
It could be higher because I think they're coming out with a remaster or remake.
I really hope so.
That's the rumor.
It's the 30th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda this year, and so
Yeah.
for them to do a remaster of that game on a because they did it on 3DS, they did a remaster,
Yeah.
which was good, but it would be great if they had it on Switch.
Yeah. If it comes out for Switch, there's 100% possibility I am getting that game.
Sweet.
One
Nice.
because it's so highly rated by a lot of people, and it's Mark. It's one of your favorite games of all time, or was it your? Is it your number one game?
It was my top. Spoiler.
Top game.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to play it just because it's your favorite game of all time.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It I think in the bottom 50 we all have at least one game that was like in our top 5 that the only reason it's as high as it is because of us. Like
Yeah.
one of us. Like
Yeah.
Dead Cells was my game for that. And so it is what it is. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, but definitely it's again in the top 100, GMG top 100, so it's a good one.
Yep.
Right next to it, it's friendly little neighbor Mark at number 65. In a tie, but still right next to it is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. So it's
Interesting.
one
right
notch
next to each other.
above. Mm-hmm. And Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess tied with, for number 65, a game that's very similar called BioShock.
Yeah, I need to get through that game.
There you go.
I never finished it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's from what I hear.
Not anything like Legend of Zelda, but still really good.
Yeah.
I was pondering that in my head.
I was joking, but you guys just went with it. You're like, it's an
Interesting assessment of that.
Yes, I'd like to hear your thesis on this comparison between these two diametrically opposed games. All right. After that, number 63, Diablo 2. A fine choice.
Mm-hmm.
Number 62, Celeste. And then number 61, Siphon Filter, which Patrick and I both gave the exact same score.
How about that?
It was number 77 for us.
They need to come out with a remake for that one.
Yeah, they really need to update the
absolutely
controls. That game is awful.
They need to update the everything, but
yeah, they do.
Yeah. Not just port it. It needs to be totally upgraded.
Or just make a new Siphon Filter game.
Yeah, they need to do like a reboot or something.
Sure. I get it. Even if it's not like, off the wall graphically intense game. If it was just like Medium, it doesn't have to be the craziest graphics. It doesn't have to be the best game. Just give us a new one. Give us a 7, give us an 8, type of game, and I'm in. 100%.
Yeah, that's like movies. Like you have movies that are like enjoyable popcorn flicks. They don't all need to be like The Godfather. They don't need to be masterpieces.
Exactly. Sometimes I just want to turn on Corky Romano, and then you just
you guys
Corky
want
Romano.
some cookies?
You have a question? No, you don't have a question.
All right. Next up is number 60, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which tied with Crazy Taxi, both with 162 points each.
Mm-hmm.
Some good stuff. All right. Number 58, another tie. Left 4 Dead tied with Diablo 3 with 164 points each. And then we start going through a plethora of threes. Uncharted 3 is next at number 56. Borderlands 3 at number 55. Crash Bandicoot 3 at number 54, which is tied with Uncharted 3. Just kidding, it was 2. But I really wanted it to be 3.
Uncharted 2 and 3 right next to each other.
Yeah. Real close to each other. Just a couple notches off. Then after that, we had number 52 was Dragon Age Inquisition. And then number 51, Witcher 3.
Ooh, Witcher 3, the 51st game. Wow.
The 51st best game.
Wow.
Yep. And then
these next 50 are going to be bonkers.
They are quality products, to say the least.
Yeah.
Starting off with the second half of the 50, Jackbox Party Pack. All the series.
Witcher 3. How did Jackbox beat Witcher 3?
It's called Fibbage. Or what's the other one? What's the one? There's one that
Marc also never played Witcher 3.
Yep, this is true.
So we have Marc to blame on this one.
You're welcome.
Marc, just put a score in. Just put another score in.
Yeah, just make up
99.
Pick a number.
-5.
-5.
Oh man! So after
Going
Jackbox,
the other way. What in the world?
No, it's tied with
It'll
Crazy
be right
Taxi.
next to Borderlands 3, Uncharted 3, and Diablo 3, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Number 49, Mass Effect 2 and the series.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so excited that remake's coming out.
I
Oh,
know, man.
my life's gonna be over. Sorry, guys.
See
No
you,
lunch,
life.
no more lunch breaks,
This
no more
is the
Apex. It's
pinnacle of
Mass
my
Effect. It's gonna take over.
Yep. Number 48, Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Nice.
Then number 47, Mario Party 64.
Okay.
Number 46, Tomb Raider Reboot from 2013.
That reboot was
Again,
good.
Pat and I matched up our answers there.
Oh, how about
We
that?
ranked it 43 on our list. After that, number 45, Rayman Legends. And then next, tied at 44, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Injustice 2, both with 196 points each.
Very similar games,
Oh, yeah. I love all these ties. Very similar games. Number 42, Marvel's Avengers.
Oh,
That was me.
Yep.
Still need to replay that game.
That was me. Never played.
Yep. Yeah,
Although I
it's
feel
funny
like
when you look at the list, you start seeing the zeros get less and less, but there's still always one that kind of holds a game back.
I feel like when you guys play Ultimate Alliance 3 more, I think that one will go up for you guys that have played it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah,
possible.
Like once you get deeper into the game, I feel like it gets actually a little bit better.
Yeah, you might be right.
What's the storyline for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3? Because the second one was a Civil War, which was really, really good.
It's technically, I mean, I guess it's a spoiler because he kind of turns on you in the game. So I don't know if I should say it or not.
How far into it does this said person turn on you?
Right at the end, pretty much.
Oh no! Yeah, do not say
Okay, never mind.
that.
Take it back.
Okay, never mind. But it's a good story though.
It's pretty good, yeah.
All right, sweet.
Cool. Hope to check it out someday. Number 41 after Marvel's Avengers is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I really like that game.
Yeah,
I really did.
It's good stuff.
So did Lucas.
I did. It was my number one. My number one.
Oh yes.
Yep. It made it to 41.
Well done.
After that, number 40, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. We just kind of mashed those all together because they're pretty much the same game, just different colors depending on if you're colorblind or not.
Yellow
Am I
had
the
a
only
couple
one
of
that's never
extra
played a
things.
Pokemon game other than Pokemon Go?
I actually think so.
I would say play it, but you probably wouldn't want to.
Say play it, but you
What
hate it.
kind of sales pitch?
I imagine you feel the same way about Pokemon as I would about Power Rangers.
Fair. That's fair.
It's like got to be your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus like the graphics.
Oh,
The
yeah.
graphics are
Yeah.
very dated on Pokemon. The original.
I mean,
Pokemon
yeah,
games.
the graphics really never pull me back. It's usually the story and the gameplay. Oh, speaking of this, I'm gonna take a left turn. I
Do it.
played the Indiana Jones, The Emperor's Tomb. It's a free game on Xbox Gold this month, and it is janky. The controls are the worst. Like they up-resed it for HD. It's widescreen. It looks fine for being an original Xbox game. This came out in like I don't know 2005 or something like that. It looks okay. But the controls are so bad that I couldn't play it.
Honestly, it sounds
Like,
like
I
it would
wa-
be a bad game, like an Indiana Jones game. Like it sounds like they would.
It's not Harrison Ford doing it's his likeness, but not his voice.
Yeah.
And it just feels
Doesn't
off.
feel-
Did they
right.
try to do his voice? Or like they impersonating Harrison
It's a
Ford?
bad impersonation. It's not a good one either.
I mean, it was original Xbox.
I'm here. I'm Indiana Jones. Let's
Yeah. Well, that's not that bad, but
belongs in a museum.
I think I might have continued to play it if it was that voice.
I hate snakes.
No, I always thought there should be an Indiana Jones game like with the gameplay of like a Metal Gear Solid.
I tell you what, there's a new
You know what I
Indiana
mean?
Jones
Like-
game that's coming out. They just announced it
in 4 years.
in January. But yeah, it was just a small
Our kids
trailer
will be
of a
playing that
desk
then.
of all the things.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
But yeah, there's a new one coming out. Hopefully, it's
Yeah.
going to be like an Uncharted kind
That
of
would be cool.
Tomb Raider kind of game. Yeah.
That would be cool, for sure. Speaking of cool, coming in cool at number 39, WCW NWO Revenge.
Yes.
Yes.
I brought
You know
that
what?
one
I
down.
was-
Sorry.
What
played it.
what number is that?
Number
39.
39.
It's like one of the best
Yeah,
wrestling games there ever has been.
So yeah, and it's funny because that's the only wrestling game that's on here, like WWE 2K20. As much as I've played that game, it is not in my top 100.
Yeah.
It's a fun game, but it is glitchy.
Yeah.
Hot
Today I
trash.
tried to play it
Hot
and
trash
it
fun.
crashed on me 5 times. I'm like, this is why it's not in the top 100.
Yep.
Frustrating.
Yeah. it
Art
happens.
does,
I had
Art
to-
does
I had
the same
to-
thing to me still.
I had to reset the cache on my Xbox. And the way you do it is ridiculous. You hold in the power button for 10 seconds. You unplug it from the back. You press and hold the power button for 5 seconds. Let it go.
While it's
you do
unplugged?
Yeah, while it's unplugged, and you do this for I don't know multiple
This
times,
doesn't sound right.
and then you wait a minute. You wait a minute or two. You plug it back in, and then you go to I guess on the Series S it doesn't.
It's like one of those cheat
There's another
codes,
option.
Up, down, left.
But yeah,
3 times.
I was like, I looked on, and this was from XboxSupport.com or whatever it was. It was from Xbox.
That's an official fix.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked, but it was a weird way to do it.
That doesn't sound real. That's fake news.
It's probably just the 10 seconds at the beginning, and they just put all the extra stuff in there just to laugh
Gotta
about it.
Just to
unplug
keep you busy.
They're messing with
Take it to dinner.
It's a
Keep
troll
you
by
from getting
Xbox.
mad. You're busy the whole time.
Make a sandwich. Shove the sandwich into the disc tray.
Oh, no. So another left turn. So my brother, I got him the Coach K college basketball for Sega Genesis. Me and him used to play it when we were little, and he's got a son that's 7 years old, and I gave it to him for his birthday, and I was like, hopefully you have as much fun with your son as we had when we were kids, and he put it in and it didn't work.
Oh, no.
What? So he looked at me.
His kid wouldn't have liked it anyways.
He took it out, and guess what he did?
He blew in it.
He blew in it. He's like, I know this isn't going to work, but I'm going to do it anyways. He blew in it, put it in, worked perfectly.
Yep.
So don't tell me that's a bad way to do it.
That's the key.
It is the key.
He got lucky.
Who else got lucky? None other than number 38, Angry Birds, tied with Pac-Man with 210 points. And then coming in right after that, number 36, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Somehow, they scored right next to each other. And
Those are
tied
good games. Good
212
Yeah,
points
those are
each.
fun.
They are fun.
Such an odd list, but
It is bizarre. It's bizarre.
This is the top
At least
100.
Lollipop Chainsaw's not on there.
Yeah, don't
That's
disrespect the list. We got rid of the 2 dead weights that was hanging on to
The
it.
dead weights.
All right, number 34. When you're not feeling like the Wii Sports, you can jump right into Skyrim. One of my favorites.
Oh, man. Now the games are getting good.
Yeah, Skyrim's
Yeah.
good, dude.
That's right.
I thought
right
they
after
were ahead
that,
of their
number-
time.
They really were.
That's why it's been released on everything and your refrigerator
Yeah.
and Alexa and everything.
Yeah.
I will
true.
play none of them.
You brought it down. But what you didn't bring down, Marc Boucher, is number 33, Ghost of Tsushima.
There it is.
You and I gave it the exact same rank of number 19 on our list.
Nice.
All right.
And then right after that, another classic that unfortunately Ronnie hasn't played yet, Uncharted 4.
These next 3, I am 100% the one holding them down.
Was it the next 3?
Oh,
We'll see.
no. Skyrim, Ghost of Tsushima, Uncharted, and then the one you haven't said
And
yet.
then the next one, number 31, Mark and Pat gave these the exact same rank at number 3 on their list, Apex Legends.
No, that's number 4 on my list.
No, it's not.
How was it not? How was it not? I gave it a
I don't
97.
It is
Okay,
97.
You give it a 97?
You're thinking of
You
that.
both gave it. Oh, sorry, I can't do math. You both
Yeah.
gave it number 4 ranking.
Oops.
Oopsies. Yeah, that's what I meant. You both gave it 97 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Top
meant.
5 game.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, and it's coming up on its 2-year anniversary, and I played this game for 2 years, longer than I played any game.
This game came out 2 years ago. It feels like it came out last year.
It's 2 years.
Yeah, man.
Dang.
2-year anniversary. Is it? It's either tomorrow or Thursday. I can't remember.
It's this week.
Time
It's
sometimes
flies
this
when you
week.
don't play the game. That's all I got to say about that, I guess. Me and
Time
Ronnie.
flies when you don't care.
Lucas, have you actually
Yep.
played it?
Yeah, I played it twice. I played it when it originally came out, and I was like, no thanks. And then after
Yeah.
we interviewed a couple people who, voice actors for it,
Yeah.
and then Mark's like, come on, you should play with us. And I was like, okay. 2
Came
matches
back,
later.
It's like, no thanks.
Nope.
Oh, your
I'm
Mark
good.
voice
That
was
was
not even close.
Well, let's see. Who you need to be is Octane. He's the fastest character.
Nobody can catch him.
He's really good. All right. Number 30. GTA 5. Not the best GTA.
This is a travesty.
How is this 30?
It's the other 2 on this podcast.
That's right, baby.
Dang.
GTA 5 doesn't hold a candle to the better GTA.
Hold on. Let me ask a question. Lucas, have you bought this game?
No, I didn't buy it.
Mark, have you bought this game?
Nope.
There's no way Mark's played this game.
You're the 2 in the world who have not bought this game.
That's right. I'm going to wait till it comes out on PS6, and I'm going to buy it.
It is.
Just to
I mean,
get
it's
it
a
to
vulgar
chart.
game. Like everything about it. Like You could just be walking down the street. It's vulgar. So
I know I can't do that in real life, so I got to do it in a video game.
Oh, please. You can do that in real life.
oh, Pat,
You
this
walk
was
down
number
the
2 for
streets.
you also. All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
All right,
I
next
played
one.
this game on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. If it comes out on next gen, if
You're
they
totally
do a
gonna
next gen
buy it.
upgrade, I'm gonna do it again.
So smooth.
Number 29, Horizon Zero Dawn. Another game Ronnie needs to play so he can go up the list.
Yep.
Number 28, Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
A goodie. Number 27, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The only Assassin's Creed to make our list.
Yes,
definitely
the best one. Tim
one of
would
the
be
best.
appalled at being 27.
That
He
is
probably
that
would.
is the best one that I've played for sure.
Yes.
Number 26, The Last of Us Part 1.
Oh.
Number 25, two games
25.
very related to each other. Not at all. And tied, Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Rock Band.
How do you think that Star Wars Battlefront 2 was higher on the list than 1?
And the graphics were just a little better.
Was it the story?
And it had a
Being in
story
there?
to it, I guess. Yeah.
I guess.
That certainly
I
helped
think
it.
I think the multiplayer was a little more varied in Battlefront 2. I think Battlefront 1 was a little vanilla, a little basic. So I
it
know
was-
I
it was
voted for
basic,
2
but man,
higher than 1.
I played the mess out of that.
Yeah. Number 23, Telltale's Walking Dead Season 1, which was tied with, very appropriately, Resident Evil, which was
Wait, hold on. What was Resident Evil? What number was that?
23.
Man, I think that's my top game.
It is your top game.
Hey, that's the highest of our top games.
You are.
You
You
did
had the
make it the
highest,
furthest.
number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, Walking
Don't
Dead.
talk about the bottom 3. Talk about that one.
Just that.
Yep. Feast or famine with your game picks. Either they sucked real bad or they were the best. Telltale's Walking Dead Season 1, Resident Evil, and Red Dead Redemption 2 were all 23.
That's a snub.
Because
That is a snub.
I did not play it.
Yep.
And Mark, you did not play it, right?
Mark did.
Oh, did he? Okay. So his ranking might have been a little lower. So
Those are all awesome games.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. The next one was a high-ranking game for two of us, and for two of us was kind of in the middle. Number 20, Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah, that's
The correct title.
Tied with, also number 20, The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
You all right with that?
Yeah.
All right, we're getting into our top 20, getting into the nitty-gritty.
Oh, I have questions
Some of
about
these-
this one, Mark.
Okay.
Go ahead, Lucas.
Okay. Number 18, Knights of the Old Republic.
How is that possible, Mark? That you've never played that one?
know,
Because
right?
just from seeing it, it's not a game that interests me. I don't like
Yeah,
I don't like
I think
one of
it's
those
too
games where
RPG
like
for him.
yeah, it gets way too RPG like. I don't like the constant like having to pick which things you want to say to the person and all that kind of stuff. That's
I would have never guessed
not my thing.
Oh man,
gets
it is
so-
the best Star Wars game.
It gets so tedious.
I really
will
hope they
respectfully
remake it,
disagree with you
reboot
there.
it,
That would be so
remaster it. It's so good.
If they, I mean, the BioWare is doing the Mass Effect. They need, now that EA no longer has a license for Star Wars, they have to. This has to be one of those games where they'll just be like, all right, we're gonna go and.
I can't believe it
Remaster
hasn't
this.
been already. Honestly,
I
I thought it was so
It-
good.
They kind of up-resed it for PC recently or within the past
They did,
decade,
but
I
not
guess.
not enough.
Yeah,
But
It's not. It's the same game. It's just
Yeah.
The game
sharper
itself is way
graphics.
ahead of the graphics in the game.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Yeah.
it was.
The graphics
The
are terrible
stories
looking back
and-
now.
Yeah,
It was the first game where I think it was like every single line of text was
Yeah.
dialogue.
My guy was
and it
all
would
the way
send
to the
you.
dark side.
Yeah, mine too. My first
Well, yeah,
game was
when you
definitely
killed
dark side.
everybody.
When you turn white, you're like, oh man, I'm going to the dark
Your
side.
face starts to crack and everything. Like it's
Yeah,
such
it
an
does.
awesome game.
Yeah, but that was a game where you knew like I think one of the things I don't like about I don't like, but one thing that I think is a negative towards Mass Effect is the fact that they make the good and the bad choices so clear. Like they highlight your answers red and blue in the text. And I believe with Knights of the Old Republic, they didn't do that. You picked your answer, and then it would tell you after the fact.
I still think it was fairly clear.
You're like
a lot of them.
I mean, yeah, sometimes it is like cut their head off. Okay, dark side. Give them a hug.
It's never a righteous decision.
Light side.
Yeah, but sometimes you make a choice. You're like, oh no, I didn't mean to be nice to that guy.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Face starts to get tan again. Like, no,
No, I don't want to look good. I want to be ugly.
that game was
Suck your soul.
I remember not knowing that, and in that game, like before I knew it, my guy was hideous. I was like, holy crap!
Why do I look so
I can't believe
ugly and
people even talking to
terrible?
me.
I need a hood to cover this up.
But then you use your soul, like your force drain and your lightning, and you're like, I don't care if I'm ugly. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll just
I know.
put a big metal
that
mask on my
lightning
face.
was awesome.
Oh yeah,
Man, that game was awesome.
And
Who
you can't
cares
get
what
it.
I look
it was
like?
dope.
Yeah, you can't get it if you're good.
yeah, you can't.
You
get
think
that.
I'm
Here's
ugly?
what I look
You're
like
dead.
if I just shock you with lightning.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter what I look
Make
like.
you look wrinkly too, crackly. All right, number 17 has two games that are tied. Also very much related to each other, very similar. Marvel's Spider-Man and Twisted Metal.
What?
Dude, Twisted Metal was so much fun though.
We all
It
played
was
it.
fun.
That
Go on.
snuck in there.
Yeah, it did. But we all played it. Ronnie didn't
Again,
play
this
Spider-Man.
is a weird list.
Yeah, I really honestly like. I'd be surprised if another game was ranked by you three higher than probably Spider-Man. You guys ranked that pretty high, actually.
Yeah, there's one more that for sure the three of us played that you didn't. Number 15, again, is a tie. Halo 3 and Shadow of Mordor. Two very good games, not related to each other, but
Shadow of Mordor
quality.
just the ingenuity
Nailed it
in that
with
game
one, dude.
with that Nemesis system
Well,
was
and they-
unparalleled.
They like copyright whatever the words are that they did to protect that so no one else could do it. But that Nemesis
They
system,
really did?
Yeah.
No way.
I can't think of the word. It's not copyright.
They
Trademarked?
Trademarked, thank you. They trademarked the heck out of that Nemesis system and nobody else can use it.
That was so awesome
Yeah,
when
it's
you
so
would
cool.
just go after that general or whatever. Just
Yeah.
like,
They learn your weaknesses,
Yeah.
your tendencies. If you did something too much, like killed them in a certain way, they would make them stronger in that area so you couldn't do that.
so
Yeah,
cool.
it was so cool. Next up, number 13, Beat Saber.
Oh, 13.
Yep.
Beat Saber.
We're getting
There we
close
go.
to that top 10. Number 12, the highest game I think none of us, or one person didn't play, if I'm looking at, I think so. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, that one. That'd be me.
That's the highest that Ronnie
That's
did not
a good
play.
one.
Ronnie would love those games. I know it.
What number is that?
That's number 12.
12. Man,
Yep.
and that game just came out to
Yeah.
be in the top 12. Wow.
Made it in the
Yeah.
top 12.
Again, the only game I have ever platinumed.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was worth it. So we're going from newest game to one of the oldest games. Number 11, Super Mario Brothers. Coming in at number 11.
Super Mario.
Mario Brothers.
That's a game you can just pick up and just enjoy.
Yeah,
No matter where you are.
it's true.
Or what-
and you can
what
laugh at
system
people
you're-
who die at the first Goomba when they get up to the little...
No. You hold in B
Yeah.
to run.
He
Just run
never
straight
let
at
go
it.
of it again.
Ever.
That's what I always liked about Broforce. It's the exact same way. Also, you hold down that
Hey,
fast
whoa.
run.
Save it for number 6, okay?
Oh,
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Oh,
Spoilers!
spoiled immediately.
spoilers.
Whoop, sorry.
Number 6.
All right, so top 10 stats, just to give you a few. Ronnie picked half of them.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
Marc picked 3, and Pat and I, we picked 1 each. But we each had a top 4 game. So number 1,
All
number 2,
4 of
number
us?
3, and number 4 is from each of us.
Nice.
There
Isn't
you
that
go.
nice?
Perfect.
We didn't even do that on purpose. The best platforms in the top 10, it was bookended by Nintendo. Number 1 and number 10 are both Nintendo, with 3 total. PlayStation had 1, and then the rest of them were multi-platform. No Xbox games made or exclusive Xbox games made the top 10.
What was the highest Xbox game on our list?
Probably Halo.
Was that Halo 3?
Halo 3, yeah.
Okay.
Halo 3. And then 5 of the top 10 are third-person action games. Not a huge surprise, but just so you know.
There you
It's
go.
the best camera angle.
Yeah, it just is.
First is the worst.
Yep.
No, unless you're playing Apex, then
Yeah, that's
first
true.
is the best.
That's true.
That third person limited time mode
that
was terrible.
gross, nasty.
All right. Starting with number 10, which appropriately is a tie. And it's going to be GoldenEye 64 and the best GTA Vice City.
Vice City was
Dang.
awesome.
This week on the PlayStation Store, you can get Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and I think San Andreas for $15.
That's a steal.
And I think I'm going to do it just to replay Vice
Dude,
City.
the story in Vice
it.
City is awesome too.
Yeah.
So good.
When it
That
ends,
80s vibe.
spoilers,
Oh.
it ends with Scarface. Like,
Yeah, that's
awesome.
so cool.
I'm spoiling it because I love that ending. I was like,
It's
what
so
is
good.
happening right now?
Yes.
Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, number 8, Red Dead Redemption, because we all played it. Maybe if we had all played Red Dead Redemption 2, it would be flipped the other way around, but
It would be probably.
probably.
Yeah, it 100%.
They took
would
what
be.
worked
But
in
if
Red
you-
Dead Redemption 1 and made it so much better.
In 2. I believe you. I'll play it someday. Maybe when we make our second.
It's on
top
Novacell
100.
now.
Yep.
Can't play it in front of your kids.
Yeah, you can
Definitely not. So yeah, that was number 8, Red Dead Redemption. Number 7, Mario Kart 64.
No, come on. Now, the only reason that's number 7 is because Mark put it on there 4 times.
And you all voted for it.
That is correct. He's true. We all voted for it. I actually rated it the lowest. And the rest of you jokers rated it the highest.
So good.
It is good. It's not my favorite Mario Kart, but it's still it
What's your favorite
represents
Mario
Mario
Kart?
Kart. Huh?
What's your favorite Mario Kart?
Oh man, Mario Kart or Super Mario Kart, my friend, Super Nintendo.
Oh gosh.
But
no,
get
out of
that
town.
outta
Oh,
here.
you get it out
Get
of here.
that
Mario Kart
out
64
of
wouldn't exist
here
without Super
now.
Mario
Do you remember how
Kart.
exciting it
I
was?
don't care. Super Mario 64 made it
How
better.
exciting
It's
it was
fun.
holding
Oh my-
those 64 controllers, like all your friends, you're all piled around. Like that was the best.
Oh
man.
yeah, it is.
Yes.
Actually, if I had to pick, I would of the ones I've played, I would pick Mario Kart.
I always
Wii.
thought those were the coolest controllers. I mean, they didn't really make much sense at all, but like they were cool.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah.
All right. The number 6 pick, like I think 1 point separating it, was Broforce, the best multiplayer
Yes.
game. Actually, not the best multiplayer game, but one of the best manly multiplayer games. 80s
It's
multiplayer
just a game.
games.
So
like
good.
it's a game
Bloody
like
multiplayer
Mario
games.
Kart 64. You pick it up, it's just like so much fun from the start
Yeah,
to
it
finish.
is. Instant action.
Yeah, it's true. We're going to take a top 10 break to share our joiners' top 5s and share some of their comments, questions, predictions, because we're about to get into our top 5 games of all time, the GMG VG T100 T5. Top 100, top 5. I don't know.
It sounded like you just
celebrate
stalled
that
out
and
there for
really-
a minute. And just spit
Yeah,
out
I
letters.
almost did. I started running
I think
out
I
of...
just lost double brain cells.
started to
Hashtag
stutter.
that.
Just in that
I
moment.
challenge you.
What's double of nothing? All right.
Ow! Ow!
I love you, Mark.
Good night,
Jazz
everybody.
hands. All right. Isaac Allistic on Discord said, I think Skyrim is my number 1. We don't disagree with you, even though we kind of do in our list, but we definitely respect Skyrim.
there.
Ultimately, we do.
Yeah,
It's
ultimately
there.
we do. It's definitely the game I have played through the most. And I would agree. I would think I'm with Isaac Allistic there. I think I've played 300 hours of Skyrim, and that's the most. I don't think I've yet reached 300 hours with Dead Cells. I know for Patrick, he's played like 1,000 hours plus of Apex, but
We're probably approaching 2.
maybe 2,000.
Yes.
It's nuts. And he did, to mentioning Apex, he did say, I have a sneaking suspicion Apex will be on a few top 5s. Yes, it was on their top 5s, not on mine and Ronnie's. So therefore, not in the top 5 of our list. Corey Fouch said, Ark will be there for Ronnie, Apex for Marc, Dead Cells for Lucas, and a wrestling game for Pat.
You know us so well.
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 100, not in the top
What
5.
did I rank NWO Revenge? I think I ranked it like in my top 30 or top 40.
Top 40.
Casey Kasem.
You ranked it 52.
Dedication.
Top
52
50.
it's inverted, so 48.
Yeah.
It's your 48th game. That's the
Okay.
points it gets.
Yep.
So
All right.
yeah. So Corey Fouch, his top 5 are number 5, Borderlands 2, number 4, Skyrim, number 3, Fallout 3, number 2, BioShock, and number 1, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Now, did he just start that game?
Whoa.
No. Yeah, he did just finish it.
Wow.
He just... Yeah,
He played it and finished it?
yeah, he beat it. He just beat it.
Look at that. New game coming in at number 1.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Needs to play the first one. Or in the Blind Forest.
Mm-hmm. You done messed up. Our newest buddy, Aaron, who just joined the Discord. He said, "Oh man, I've played so many games that it's never occurred to me what my top of the top favorites are. These are in no particular order. Number 1, which no particular order, and then he numbers them. Aaron, if you don't want an order, don't number them. Number 1, Skyrim. Haven't played it in a while. Need to get back on that.
There's Skyrim again.
Yeah. Number 2, Spider-Man, PS4. Number 3, Final Fantasy X. Love the whole franchise. This is my fave. There's nothing quite like that Final Fantasy X laugh with exactly. Mark knew right away. Yeah, that's a cringy moment, but still a classic. Number 4, Ghost of Tsushima. And number 5, Suikoden 3. Again, love the whole franchise. I don't know if you guys are playing Suikoden. I played 1, and I'm in the middle of actually playing 2 on Vita. I took a break from it because there's no trophies. But Suikoden games are fun. But RPGs turn-based, so 2, if not 3 of you are out. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Aaron. I'm with you, buddy, but the rest, not so much. Honorable mentions, he gave Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 14, and the Total War series. Nice. All right, Chris the Rock. He said his top 5 prediction for the GMG VG T100. He didn't write that. I added that in. Is number 1, Final Fantasy's remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I wish. It definitely was not. Number 2, Last of Us Part 2. Sorry. Number 3, Apex Legends. Number 4, Mario Kart. And number 5, Uncharted 4. Fine choices, Chris, but did not make the top 5. Chris the Rock's top 5, Xenogears. Sorry, it's the nostalgia. Played that game over 24 hours straight with my childhood best friend. Wow, that's dedication. I don't think I've ever played a game 24 hours straight. One game. That's his number 1, Xenogears. Number 2, OG Final Fantasy VII. Did not play the remake yet. You need to get on that. Play the remake, Chris.
Coming from a Final Fantasy non-fan,
yeah.
If you're a fan of Final Fantasy, then this is it.
If that's his number 2, I predict Final Fantasy Remake will become his new number 1. Maybe.
Yes.
Or 1.5.
Prediction.
Number 3, Destiny 2. Number 4, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. And number 5, Infamous 2.
Oh,
pretty good list.
Nice.
Yeah, no Infamous representation on our top 100.
Yeah,
I like those. They're not
good games.
Yeah,
they're good.
They're quality games, but definitely not in my top ones. Let's see. Shepdog said, "Well, I don't know about GMG top 5, but I'll take a crack at mine. This will be a fun discussion." I'm going to go inverted order. I accidentally did the wrong order with people. I like to build some whatever it's called.
Tension?
Anticipation.
Yes, both those words.
Suspense.
Yes, all 3 of those words. Thank you. Number 5, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which was definitely snubbed in our top 100. I think that's my favorite Zelda, actually, is A Link to the Past.
Is that the first one?
That's
No,
what
that's
I was
Awakening.
shocked at. Like, I can't
Super
believe I
Nintendo.
didn't say that.
Yeah, Super Nintendo. Number 4, also a Super Nintendo game, Chrono Trigger. I actually never played completely through that. I think I played part of it. Number 3, The Last of Us, probably part 1.
Okay.
But he didn't distinguish, so we could say part 1 and 2, number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, EverQuest. Anyone?
Nah, dude.
No.
No, I've heard of it, but I've never played it. Good for you, Shep Dog. I hear it's like it's a pretty in-depth game.
Is that a fantasy style?
Yeah, it's fantasy
Okay.
online. It's right around the time I'm gonna oops myself, but
Is it like a WoW kind of game?
it's like around that time period of like
Okay.
a massive online game of some
Yeah.
sorts. His number one is
Wow, doesn't it?
what's
I think it does.
number one is The Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yeah. GMG, Tim Pollen said his GMG top 5 prediction is Apex, Red Dead Redemption 2, Dead Cells, The Last of Us, and some sort of Zelda game I've never heard of.
Oh.
You need to hear of more Zelda games.
Yeah. But he's
That was
he's
a
right
slight
about the top
burn there.
100 at least. Top 5, not so much. I think it's funny a lot of these people didn't take Ronnie into consideration when they thought about the top 5. They needed to be thinking, did Ronnie play this game? And you look at Apex, Red Dead Redemption 2, yeah, it had a chance, but some of us didn't play it. But yeah, you got to consider all 4 of us when you're thinking of the top 5. Tim Pollen's top 5, number 5, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, of course. Number 4, Drive Club. Number 3, Red Dead Redemption. Number 2, The Last of Us. And number 1, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
That's the best Uncharted.
Nice.
You know, we should have added to this list. We should have added like the original Driver to this list. Like when that first came out, it was like top of the line,
It was.
the most realistic thing I've ever seen.
I think I played the demo.
And
Would
then it
that
quickly
count?
was just extinct.
Well, yeah, I think didn't GTA 3 come out not long after that? And just kind of,
I think it was.
just open the world right up.
Yeah, it was eclipsed really quickly.
Yeah. We have some more on Twitter and Facebook, but we're gonna save it. We're gonna jump into our top 5, and then the other list. They don't really list out their numbers; they just throw out some games, and so we'll definitely mention you fine joiners here in a moment. But let's jump into our top 5, shall we?
Okay. Let's do it.
This
Drum
number
roll.
5 game was 1 point higher than Broforce. 1 point. That's all it took for Batman Arkham City to take
I
the
ain't mad at that.
number 5
Number
spot.
5.
Again,
It's
Pat
good.
Pat and I had the exact same rank at number 36.
Yeah, this is one of the
Yeah,
actual
but
Batman games that I have played. And I know I would like all the other ones because of the format of them. But yeah, this game was awesome.
Yeah, man. It's so good.
The fighting style in this game,
Yeah.
yeah, it was legit.
And you would like the whole series. Like, I loved
Yeah.
Asylum, and then Arkham Knight, even Arkham Origins, which is a slightly snubbed game, which is not fair that it's stranded on PS3. I wish it would have gotten included in the remastered with the other Arkham games.
Yeah,
but
it got a lot of negative hype because of all the glitchiness when the game came out.
Yeah, but that was on PC. It wasn't. Was it also on PS4?
It was
the
on
glitches
the
as
console.
well.
It was on the
I don't
console too.
Because I played it on Xbox, and I don't remember having any issues on Xbox.
So I will tell you this: definitely the most problems were on the PC port side of it.
Are we talking about Arkham Knight or Arkham Origins?
Arkham
City.
I'm talking about Arkham Origins.
Oh, I thought it was Arkham City that had the issues.
Nope.
I thought
Arkham
PC was
Origins.
Arkham Knight that had the issues. Because remember,
Oh, maybe
shout
it was
out
Arkham
to
Knight.
MTTG, Married to the Games.
Oh,
Gabe
maybe I am
talked
getting it
about
confused.
PC.
Yeah, I don't
issues
think
with
Origins
Arkham
had
Knight.
any issues.
Okay. Well, on the console side, for Arkham Orange, wow, I almost
Oranges?
said oranges. Shout out to MTTG
We
again.
accept that. Tim Ryan,
Um,
we love you.
to Arkham Origins, there was a particular portion of the game where like you fly onto a bridged area with a bunch of enemies, and I couldn't punch. And
Could you
neither
kick?
could the
Kick, punch, it's all in the rhyme.
But neither could the enemies. So we just
So you just hug
stood
each
there.
other.
Coexisted in peace.
Kumbaya
Yes.
circle. Hey guys, let's circle up. Let's sing
and I
together.
could not progress. I just had to stay there on that
Wow.
bridge.
That's fun.
But
I didn't
you're
have
right,
trouble.
It was the,
I didn't have those troubles with it, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter. Some people did, some people didn't. It was still a good game though, Origins.
Yeah.
But that didn't make our top 100. Arkham City made our top 100, which just opened up the Batman video game genre, whatever you want to call it, story.
Yeah, because Asylum was very, very linear.
Yep.
Compared to like City.
It was more like a Metroidvania linear.
Yeah.
Like you had to get skills and stuff to reach certain areas. But Arkham City just opened it right up, and it was awesome getting to fly around the city as Batman.
Yep.
All right, another stellar third-person action game that we all loved. Number 4, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. No surprise.
There we go.
We all love this game. It was amazing. It is amazing.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Just thought, another EA Star Wars property that they just probably threw together or whatever. But no.
Wasn't it published by a developer who had never done a third-person game before?
Respawn, I think.
Yeah,
that's
right. Respawn was Titanfall.
Yeah.
And Apex.
Yeah, and they did a third-person Star Wars game, and they knocked it out of the park.
Knocked it out of the park. Yep, for sure. That was such a good one. Yeah, we actually have a spoiler cast about that, so feel free to go back and listen to our in-depth thoughts there and spoilers, which I had to bow out of. You guys remember that? I hadn't finished the ending yet, and I had to mute my headphones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was so annoying because I couldn't be a part of the conversation. But man, when I got to the end of Jedi Fallen Order, my eyes just got so wide. It was an awesome moment. Definitely worth a replay someday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, top 3. Are you guys ready? Oh, number 4,
Let's
by the
go.
way, I nominated Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So
Nice.
I got in there.
There you go.
Which is appropriate because for those of you who really know me, my ugly number is 4 that my great uncle gave me back in the day. So it's appropriate that my game that I chose is number 4. All right. Number 3. Pat and Ronnie gave this game the exact same plop ranking of number 2. Right?
What did I give it?
Wasn't it
Patrick technically gave it
number
3.
3. Dang it. I did the math
And
wrong
I gave it
again.
4.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm looking at the list.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All right, scratch that little. That was a.
We're just building suspense.
Ronnie's like, I have eyes.
We're just building
All right.
I
suspense.
can see this.
It was Rocket.
It's funny,
It was
like,
Rocket League. Okay.
I don't
It was Rocket
think
League.
when we did our top 5 games episode, I don't think Rocket League was on mine. But after playing it on Thursday nights, for the
Jumped
past
up.
I don't know however long,
It's so fun, dude.
I forgot how awesome the game is. It's just like, yeah, let's play some Rocket League. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
I have to say, Pat, if you played consistently, I think you could be a quality Rocket League player because you've done some moves. Each time we play, you do something, and I'm like, I can't do that. I've played
I like to fly.
Yeah,
I like to
you're
use
good
the
at
boost and
flying.
fly.
I'm terrible at flying. I like jump in the air, and then I'm just like off to the left.
We need to
I'm
get
like,
on
that's
we
not
need
where
to
this
get on and
ball's
play
going.
some of that, Pat.
We do.
Yes.
I
All
will
4 of
enjoy
us.
other things from
Come
afar.
on, Marc.
You know who's good
Nope.
at Rocket League?
I
Pat?
have
Eric.
tried
Yeah, he's good.
several
Yes,
times.
he is.
Yeah.
He is very good.
Someday.
He's the guy. Like he would be. I would be him if I would practice.
Yeah,
But he does the flying thing and corkscrews and all these
he
backflips and side. He's so good.
Jealous.
Yeah.
So,
so good.
number
Can't get
3,
there.
voted number 3 by Ronnie and Patrick, and also highly voted by myself. Not so highly
Voted
by
number
Marc,
4
but
by
still
Ronnie.
got number 3. Scored the number 3 slot. Rocket League. Number 2, a game that got nudged a little bit because Ronnie watched some stuff and likes.
I gave
God of
it
War
2.
and the story. You gave it some love.
I did.
Yeah.
Number 2, God of War on the PS4.
There we go.
Yes.
A worthy spot.
Yeah, I think I've played like a little bit of a demo of this, like when it first came out, and by that I mean, like my buddy had it, and I played for like a few minutes, and he was like praising it, right? Like it was one of his favorite games, like of all time, and it looked really good.
It is.
It looked really good.
It's
so
worth
good.
the price of a PS4.
I don't know about that.
You
I would
know till
say
you try.
I would say
maybe
yes.
if MLB The Show is only going to be PlayStation in the future.
Yeah, we lost
But-
that.
It is right now. It is right now.
That's true.
It's still on
That's
PlayStation.
true.
It's
You
presently
can still
only
get it over there.
PlayStation.
It's cross progression, so if you get it for Xbox and PlayStation, you can just continue to play wherever you are.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, God of War. That they just announced today that they
They did.
are dropping a PlayStation 5 upgraded version that gives you 60 frames per second, checkerboard, 4K, and I think
480p.
2180, 2160p, something like
That
that.
sounds like a lot.
Lots of
Yeah,
Ps.
it is a lot.
That
And
is a lot of P.
And that is this month and next month's GMG VBGC LMNOP.
That's not real, but okay.
But it will be someday, I'm sure.
That is our.
It's a video game book club for the next month.
That is our current
And-
GMG VGBC
What a time for that to drop too.
game to play.
I
Can't
wish
wait to
we could
play
just
it
clip
again.
Mark saying that's a lot of P. Just use it down the road.
This is a little soundbite. That's a lot of P. All right. With that, time to crown the number one GMG VG T100 game of all time. Super
This is the
Mario 3. The one and only.
This is the GOAT.
This is
Super
the GOAT.
Mario
It
3.
is the GOAT.
It's IGN's
And you-
GOAT. And now it's
And I'm
ours.
okay with this. My wife doesn't play video games, but if Super Mario 3 is available, she's playing this. It's
Yeah.
like it is a game that anybody can play.
It
and
is.
It's so fun.
It's quality.
And this is the game that they introduced the raccoon.
Yep, the Tanuki suit.
That was so cool.
Yes.
Yep. That you get by grabbing a leaf, which I never understood. But
A leaf, and then all you need to do is wave your tail, put your arms out to the side, and you're flying.
that's
And
how
the
you
sound that
fly.
it makes
And then the
is
tail
just like,
wags.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Get
That's
your
right.
get your P speed up, and
Yep.
that's what they call
Lots
it.
of P. That P speed. You know, when I was a kid, when it said the P wings, I was like, well, you know what he's doing right now. He drank too much water. That's how
I
he's
think
flying.
isn't it blue?
What's blue?
The P?
The P's
the
blue?
P-switch.
No, that's Star Wars.
P
I don't
switch?
even know what we're talking about anymore.
That's
There's
milk.
difference between P wings and P switches.
Oh, yeah, there's the P switches.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
where
many
you pee
Ps.
on it. And then it makes the coins
You're
appear.
talking about
of
the
P.
switch
A
that's
lot
like
of
actually
P.
a button.
P. Who knew the one takeaway from the GMG Top 100 talk is that's a lot of P.
That's more of a button.
Are you really
It's not a
surprised
switch.
though?
Nope. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't the other one. The other thing.
Just know you said it, Mark. Like
I know.
maybe
It's true.
maybe Patrick said plop, but you said P a lot of times.
That's a
did.
lot of P. I couldn't stop laughing.
right.
Matt. You were still talking and everything. We were losing it.
And I could see you laughing, which was making me laugh in turn.
I feel like Super Mario 3 was the first game that I completed legit. Like I beat it, I finished it, and I remember like celebrating in my living room. Like just watching Bowser fall through the bricks. Spoilers for a really old game.
Honestly,
Like
if you
falling
need this
to his
game
death.
spoiled, like that's your own fault.
Yeah.
If you got to the end.
And yeah.
Some of the greatest things was just like ending a level, going through the curtain and just trying to get that star
Yeah.
at the end
Yeah.
or whatever. Man,
But how
there's-
scary was it to go through like the furnace area of the final world where the hands would come up and grab your character and bring him back to the beginning? Like I'd always press the button as fast as I could to get through that.
I remember
before
you
they
first
would
see
grab
that,
me.
you're like, oh crap.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some.
I'm sure there's a speed run for this.
Oh,
There absolutely
I'm sure
is.
there's probably a lot of speedruns for this.
without a question.
There are speed runs of mods of this game that make it like 20 times harder than it is.
People probably beat this game in like 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'd have to see what the world record is on it,
Yeah.
but it's probably something like that.
Which is ridiculous because
It took me I don't think I beat it when I was a
it
kid.
took it was a long game. I don't think I beat it in any one try, just one day, like just finished off the rest.
I mean, with the
Let's see if I
whistles,
can find
it's
what it is.
pretty like not simple, but it's pretty straightforward to beat in an hour or two if you use the whistles the right way. That's how I beat it once or twice.
Yeah, I didn't beat it. I was doing the in-person Twitch streaming by watching my brother beat it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I never
In-person Twitch streaming? That's not how that
watching
works.
someone else play in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how.
I
Is
just
that
couldn't
how
do
you
it.
experienced the end of the game? Was through your brother?
Yes, 100%.
That's cool.
I could not get past probably World 4 or whatever it was.
Gotta get good, man.
Yeah. Those games were hard. Like I said,
They were.
NES games were, if you beat it, it was a platinum.
It was.
I mean, Contra gave you 30 lives. If you didn't have that, there's no way you could beat it.
no.
you couldn't.
Contra gave you 30 lives if you cheated.
Exactly. The only way to beat the game is to cheat.
Dude, it gets so ridiculous at the end of that game.
Oh man, I love Contra.
Yeah.
That's good.
The
That didn't
world
make it to
record
the top 100.
currently.
Yep. Let's hear it.
So
Mark Fact.
there's several different types of runs you can do for this.
Oof.
Because there's 100%, which
Lots of
means
runs.
no.
There's all different kinds of runs you can have.
Sorry.
Stop it.
There's a corn run. There's a.
Got
right,
your
go ahead.
popcorn shrimp. No, there's several different ways that categories you can do a speed run through. There's 100%, which is as intended.
As God
There's-
intended.
Yep.
Oh no!
there's-
If you can skip levels, skip levels. Don't do the.
Right. I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's several different things that they
Okay.
qualify. There's any percent warpless, which means you don't get everything, but you don't go through all the warp pipes.
All right.
Any percent no wrong warp. So wrong warping is actually a way of glitching the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there's just any percent. And
Okay.
so the any percent is the first place person 3 minutes and 2 seconds.
3 minutes.
I could-
What? It takes me 3 minutes to boot the
It takes
game
me
up.
3 minutes to remember what the controls were.
Hold in B.
It's trying to find the hold-in button.
It takes me 3 minutes to find the P-Wings so I can make it to the end of the level.
You ever feel so defeated when you just like die by a Goomba? That's the worst feeling.
You just
in the
misjudge it. Kills you.
world. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh dang it!
You go to jump on
Picked
its
up by a
head and you
Goomba.
jump in front of it.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to kill you now.
You have that
hit my
panic moment right
toes, I'm
before you
dead.
miss him, though. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss him.
How did I hit him? How did I make that one?
Or you like try to turn back and then he bounces off of a wall and then comes back at you and hits you first before you can jump.
That's when you throw your controller and it unplugs from your system.
That
And
was,
then it just starts blinking.
that was always when I killed myself with the shell.
Yeah.
Just launched it and
that's
it comes
also
right
like,
back
dang it.
at you after hitting
That's
the wall.
my own
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. Where you stayed a little too far
That's a
off the
bad
screen
day.
and
Yeah.
it wouldn't break the bricks. It would treat the bricks like an actual wall and it would just bounce back and hit you.
It came back
Some of
even
the hardest
faster.
ones to
Yeah.
Some of the hardest enemies to defeat were those like ducks that would bounce towards you. Like trying to figure out.
Bouncing ducks?
Oh, they had weren't they bouncing ducks with the wings?
You talking about the fish?
No, he's talking about the
No.
bird-looking
No.
duck things that like bounce
Yeah,
up and then flutter a little bit and then...
Yeah, and they got the shell on the bottom of them.
Wow,
know what
why
I'm
am I
talking
now remembering
It's like the
this?
regular shell
am I
guys, but
mis-
they have wings, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they hop at you.
Those aren't birds. Those are turtles.
Those are turtles with wings. What?
Well, I feel like they could be classified
Wait,
as
hold
a
on, there's
turtle bird at least, if with wings.
There's turtles with wings.
Turtle bird? No.
Yes, it's Mario.
They're
There's lots of things that don't make sense.
True. Touche.
Hold on a sec. I got nothing. You could say anything about Mario and it wouldn't make any sense in real life. All right. Speaking of real life, let's just mention a few more joiners who wanted to share their favorite games. They may or may not have mentioned some of our top 5 games. Rafael Costa at Rogue Hafa on Twitter said, my top 3 of all time changes. 2 are always there, The Witcher 3 and Super Mario World, which arguably you could say, I think, is the better of the 2 between that and Super Mario 3, but Super Mario 3 came first. The third one is occupied by either GTA 5 or Uncharted 1 or Uncharted 3. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think you will have Uncharted or Last of Us on your list. It definitely, I think all of
Sure
them
was.
were on our top 100.
They were.
Well, no, Uncharted 1 wasn't on there.
Oh yeah, Uncharted 1 got snubbed.
It did. Love you guys, he said. We love you too, Hafa.
Love you, Hafa.
Alayeni Silvermist at Alayeni EQ on Twitter said, all I ever ask is that someone acknowledge EverQuest. It predates WoW and doesn't even get the credit it deserves. Well, you know what, Alayeni? Shepdog mentioned it. None of us did because we've never played it. But hey, it got mentioned.
Yep, someone mentioned it.
Got some love. Splig at Dopalicious said, it's so hard to nail down top video games with such a long history. Huge standouts for me are BioShock, Final Fantasy VI, Warcraft 3, Metal Gear Solid, The Last of Us, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Call of Duty, constantly fighting for a top 5 spot.
All right.
Travis Pospicel. Ooh, I said it right. Look at that.
There it is.
The original Zelda is my all-time favorite, but only because of the fond memories attached. You know, we didn't really go over a lot of this, but I have a feeling that many of our games are in our top 100 because of the memories we have with them. I know for me, there are a few that I'm like, you know what? Marvel Avengers isn't like truly in my top 25 of like quality games, but the memories I have with Patrick, it makes it a top 25 game for me. So
yeah, agreed.
He said probably my more modern favorite would be Destiny franchise, which I've been a part of since the alpha, and then the runner-up, the new God of War. Joseph Holland said Skyrim, Super Mario Brothers 3. Woo, good choice, Joe.
Nice.
GTA 3, Earthworm Jim, and Pitfall.
Earthworm Jim.
Nice. I love Earthworm Jim. That was my first Super Nintendo game that I played. Before Super Mario World, before anything else, I played Earthworm Jim. I mean, a worm in an astronaut suit that can then jump rope with his head. Where else are you going to get that?
Genius.
I know. Pure genius. The last one is Chad Fackler, Diablo 2 and 3, Halo 3, Titanfall, Overwatch, Unreal Tournament on PC, Modern Warfare the original, Asteroids on Atari 2600, Street Fighter on SNES, Tetris, Super Mario, Galaga, Battlefield, Bad Company 2. Man, I could go on, but these are my favorites. No particular order, but the 2 Diablo games I've been playing the longest since they came out.
Did he say Street Fighter? Like no 2 behind it?
Correct. Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo.
Whoa.
A bold move.
Yeah,
Let's see if that plays out with... What's that gif from Dodgeball? A bold move.
You got it.
See how well that plays out.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, Cotton. Good stuff. All right. Any other honorable mentions or games or people or anything you want to mention?
This is a weird list.
You've not
this
said
is
that.
The GMG list. It is right. What it is.
It's us.
It is
this
quite
is
what
us.
it is. Yeah.
Hey, Noish. This is our list. So guess what?
What'd you call me?
You heard me.
He did.
He did. It is Portuguese. Just Google Translate it. All right. That is all for this righteously ranked and rad list of the GMG VG T100. Finally, before we close things out, some quick housekeeping where we offer towels, fluff pillows, give you a little Andy's candy or two, and tip you off to the GMG news you need to know. For real, next week, for the second week in a row. No. Yes, for real, next week. For the second week in a row, we are announcing our GMG VG GMG, I'm getting my acronyms mixed up.
That's what happens when you have too many acronyms.
No, you can never have too many
letters all over the
acronyms.
place like Sesame Street.
Yep.
You can, and you're proving it right now.
We are, for the second week in a row, announcing our first GMG spoiler cast of, what is it?
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Thank you. It's a GMG VGBC discussion with Ryan Straube, and we're going to be doing it next week. So be there or be square. Marc will be, of course, continuing the GMG Got 'em on Twitch. Tuesdays and Saturdays?
Just Saturdays.
Just kidding? Just Saturdays?
I have other games that I play during the week.
You do.
but
You
Saturdays
randomly Twitch, so people keep an eye out.
It's Apex, I believe, on Tuesdays.
Yep.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
including tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Apex Tuesdays. Woo! And then I'll also be randomly streaming on YouTube from time to time, so keep an eye out. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, and Stitcher if you have not done so already. And then if you use or are interested in using Discord, Twitter, Twitch, or email, all the links and info are in the show notes. So check that out as well. And feel free to give us a call at 929-GMG-GUYS. Ask a question, share a comment, let your voice be heard. And speaking of whose voice should be heard, Marc, what happened on this day in the wild world of music?
On this day in music history.
Yes, of course, on this day in music history, this is coming from thisdayinmusic.com. Thank you so much to them for the info here. February 1st, 1949. The first ever 45 RPM record was issued. The invention of this size record made jukeboxes possible.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, with records, you've got like the 33, which is the LP, the long playing one, which is what we consider a full-length album. And then your 45s are your much smaller ones that have, like one or two songs per side. Because back in the day, you flipped the record in order to change sides and go to more songs. So that was this day in 1949. Today in 1964, this being February 1st, the Beatles started a 7-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with I Want to Hold Your Hand, the first U.S. number 1 by a UK act since the Tornadoes' Telstar in 1962.
What a run that was.
Yeah.
Quite the run.
And the first... Stop it. Get out. And the first of 3 consecutive number 1s from the group. There was a point where the Beatles actually had every single one of their songs. Well, not every single one. I'm sorry. They had a song.
Oh, that's a lot.
Whoa.
Top 100, all the Beatles. What
Strike
a run.
that. Strike that. Reverse it. They had the top 5 songs on the Billboard charts.
That's amazing.
That's still nuts.
Yeah. And in just a few days, on the 9th, was the anniversary of their performance on the Ed Sullivan Show, which was
That's
a
infamous.
huge event for them.
Yeah.
And that is it.
Sweet. All right. One last announcement. Next week, we will start compiling our next GMG Top 100, the GMG MAFT 100, the GMG Movie and Film Top 100.
The GMG MAFT.
The GMG MAFT 100. So that'll be coming at you for the next 25 or so weeks, and then we will do this again, except with movies. So it's going to be yet again another crazy random list, because we're going to have like National Lampoon something next to some kind of Disney movie that I'll throw out there, and some of you will have seen.
All right, listeners,
movies.
if try to guess how many top 25 movies that are going to be on Lucas's list that are Pixar.
Oh, all of them.
The over/under
It'll be like
is
the Beatles.
11.
All of the songs, all of the movies will be on. Wall-E will be my number 1, just so I can push it as far up the list as possible.
I'm going to say it's 0, even though I've watched it.
I'm gonna tear. Honestly, I'm gonna kill
such a
those
hateful person.
on our list.
I know you are.
They're all gonna get sunk because of me.
It's all good. Again, if it's on the 100, it's a winner.
You need to watch Ready to Rumble before we get the show on the road.
Yeah, we'll see. If you watch a Pixar movie for me, I'll watch that for you.
That's a deal.
Ronnie, have you watched You Cannot Kill David Arquette yet?
I have not watched
on
that
Hulu?
yet.
Oh, it's so good.
I have that.
Really,
I have
really
that on
good.
my checklist. I need to. I love David Arquette though, so I know that I'll like it.
Yeah, they give him a lot of flack for winning the WCW title back when there was celebrities winning the WCW title, and they said that he shouldn't have got it because he was a celebrity. So he's been hated by the wrestling community for so long, and it's just his redemption story, and it's really, really good.
Alrighty then, Pat, Marc, and Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.